What up to the Podverse and all the people residing in Cloud City? Welcome to the Blacklog, where we look at TV, film, radio, music, and sometimes we just digress and delve into conversations. And never forget, we drink coffee. My name is Rod. I want to say a shout out to my cohort, my co-host, my brother, Ryan.
I don't know, hurt my ears. What's up? I'm in here.
Oh, I got to back away from the mic a little bit. As we have been doing for these past 6, 7 episodes, we've been delving into this seminal sitcom, A Different World. Groundbreaking, in fact, that it was based at a historically black college, a fictional one, HBCU, named Hillman College. Yes, Hillman College. I'm about to say Hillman University, but it's Hillman College. Kind of like
Hampton Institute.
I didn't say that, but
I did.
I didn't say that, but yes, Hampton Institute, now Hampton University, but I remember them as
Yes.
I remember them as Hampton Institute. Hi. Let's get into our first episode 15, titled Mr. Cupid. Written by Deanne Stillman. Deanne has written at A Different World, of course. The New Gidget, Square Pegs, and from there she went on to write a few books. But as far as television,
that is the reason. Now I know. Thank you for clearing that up for me.
what?
Because we were turning a corner as far as I was concerned with a different world, and then these past 2 episodes that we're doing today, more like a U-turn.
I like to say off ramp. I don't think we're going back. Dare I say an off ramp just to get a little gas? Maybe. No. It is directed by Reggie Life. Reggie's real first name is Theodore. He directed Different World was about the biggest sitcom he directed, but he would go on to direct a few episodes of Sesame Street. So he's a number one in my book.
Yes, he is.
He's a number one in my book.
Yeah,
he teaches
already
at Emerson University now. Our story, Mr. Cupid, you can understand it's probably about Valentine's Day, and it is. Dwayne is working at WHZU, back on the radio again, and he has been reading these letters from a mysterious Darryl Walker.
The Iceman.
Darryl Walker.
Isn't that the Iceman?
No, wait, Iceman?
Wait, I'm sorry. I got it confused.
George
I was
Gervin?
No, I was thinking about your boy Thunder.
Oh,
Dude,
Daryl Dawkins?
Dawkins, that's what I was thinking of.
Ooh,
I don't know
wow.
why.
Yeah,
I tore that up.
Oh,
Yeah, I tore that up.
I was like, Daryl Walker. Who? Daryl Walker, Iceman, Lovetron. You kind of got a lot of things.
Emoji.
Dwayne's working at the radio station. He's reading mysterious letters from a Daryl Walker, a guy who's sensitive, like sushi. He's an international studies major, and he's hoping to get a romantic, just meet up with this nice woman, have some romance. I mean, just he wants to have a Valentine's Day date, and it's 2 days before Valentine's Day. So Daryl happens to have a perfect math score on his SAT. How ironic that same Dwayne may be the only other person on that campus who has a perfect math SAT score.
Who knew?
Who knew? Of course, the B story, not of course, but the B story is a former love of Letty's comes to Hillman looking for her. Wait. I had to
We'll get to him in a second.
We open at the pit with I want her by Keith Sweat. I want her.
You can tell. You can tell. You can tell they went backwards. They were back to dancing at the pit again. And you said it. Whoever wrote Square Pegs and whatever show you said, that told me everything I needed to know.
Again, things always start up top. They always start up top. Maybe her name is on it, but things always start up top, and every decision is not Deanne.
I know whose name's not on it. Susan Phelps. What's her name?
Susan
I know whose
Phelps.
name's not on there.
Susan
I know
Phelps.
and my boy from MASH, he's not on there.
Thad Mumford.
Mumford, yeah.
Debbie Allen, who is not there yet. Or Yvette Lee Bowser, who is not even on staff. She's not even writing just yet. But like I say, we're in the pit. Jaleesa and Peggy, the young lady that had the bet with Dwayne. They're all dancing in the pit. The pit is lit, whatever you want to call it.
And I think they tried to trick you with Keith Sweat. I think that's what they tried to do. They tried to trick you and put in the Keith Sweat, which I dug. I like that. But he's still not fooling me. There's no dancing in the pit.
There's no dancing in the pit. We move quickly up to WHCU where we see Dwayne and Ron enters happily. He has, like I say, the alter ego of Daryl. He's pushing out the alter ego of Daryl Walter, talking about meet me in the lobby, meet me in the library. I'll be waiting with a single rose. And Dwayne and Ron, when he says, I have a perfect math SAT score, Ron has a light bulb over his head. Ding! You dog. That's you. No joke. I want to say, really, Ron? But he says, okay, you're saying Daryl Walker, but what's going to happen when you show up? That's just it. I'm not. They're going to find you, Ron. Which I really wanted to say, either way, they know that you're not Daryl Walker. It's Ron.
Which I might add, another going backwards with Ron. That is not season 2 through 6 Ron. Oh, this episode made me so angry.
You're angry like a teacher, and the child is not getting.
Oh my goodness, bro!
You're angry with it. You're angry with a student who's not getting.
And the worst part is I'm angry at the next episode too. Oh my gosh, bro, this is awful.
Don't say that. Let's not say that. Awful is not it. We don't want to use that word. Like I say, Ron has learned that he's gonna go in Dwayne's place. This is so slick and sly. I don't know what happens when he realizes, okay, I'm not Daryl. Daryl doesn't really do Wayne. I don't know what they expect to happen. Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
We go back to the pit, and there all the ladies are like Dr. Cupid. They know it's Dwayne because he's already said that about the math SATs. Whitley falls in, and she's upset. She's like, oh God, Dwayne this, Dwayne that. But then all of a sudden, I wonder who this Daryl Walker is. Which, like, oh my. And I want to say, why are you
gullible?
idiot?
Oh my God, she's so gullible.
Why? How is she this gullible now? Like, has she really been gullible? She hasn't been this gullible. Come on.
Hey man. Oh, bro. Terrible.
Whitley does not know Daryl is Dwayne, and she's got this whole subterfuge thing she wants. You can tell that she wants to meet with Daryl. We go to the Gilbert Hall lobby. Maggie got her Valentine's Day gift from Mike. You remember Mike? We met him.
I do. Yes.
A few episodes.
Mike the racist. Yes.
Wait, Mike the racist with him?
You don't remember that conversation?
Yeah, but Mike's more of a pork. He was a pork lobbyist. Let's just stay where he's a pork lobbyist, other than the racist. She has the gift from Mike, but they've have a deal that they never open the gifts until Valentine's Day. So she has 48 hours. A phone call comes across the payphone in the lobby. Denise answers. It's Mr. Mipipaw. Mr. Mipipaw. And Letty, who isn't in her apartment, is coming up from the laundry room, which I want to mention. You talk about this 5-bedroom apartment she has, but she has no washer dryer hookup in there. She has to wash her clothes with the girls in the dormitory.
Hey, I got bias towards Letty, so she all right with me. She can have it. She got the 5-bedroom.
But it's not a fight. All I'm saying is it's not. You think it, you make it seem to be so luxurious.
Hey, give Letty whatever she wants. Letty's all good with me.
Oh my God! You know that's not okay.
That is called bias. Yes, I know.
Well, Denise turns to Letty and said, "Letty, you have a call. Who is it?" It's Mr. Mipipaw, and she freezes. No. Are you here?
Yeah.
It's
Very dramatic. Very dramatic.
It's a comedy of errors, and Denise says she is not here now, but just call probably later. Letty is ready to move into her apartment, but Jaleesa and Maggie and Denise, oh no, you gonna tell us what's up with this? And she explained that I met him in Mozambique. He fled Johannesburg.
He was real janky, bro. Like, he was real janky, bro.
Hold on. Wait, this is apartheid South Africa. How is he janky, bro?
I mean, he had like a lot of controversy with him.
Okay.
So I'll take that back.
He was in Johannesburg. He met in Mozambique because he was writing incendiary material, publishing incendiary material and getting it into South Africa. Basically, yeah. It wasn't really incendiary material. It was, I guess it was to the people, but it was just basically saying, you know what?
So you don't need to be who doesn't want it.
You really don't need to be treated like a second-class citizen.
to the government who doesn't want everybody to know that,
it's very incendiary. But to the average, like, wait, you know what I mean? They fell in love working on the newspaper. He proposed to her, and he offered that she take care of the children, and Letty was not having that.
There's the janky part.
And Letty has not seen him for 28 years and 4 months. Letty
was like, do what? Oh, okay, I'm out.
Oh, I'm out. It's funny. I just heard a story about Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle used to date Otis from The Temptations, and really? Otis wanted her to stop singing.
Oh, and be a housewife. Patty's right up there with Debbie. Like, honey.
And that's what she said. She said, yeah, Otis wanted me to stop singing. It's like, oh no, we can't do that. So that relationship, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
They are coming to see me.
They are coming to see me. We go to Whitley's room. We get our first real feel that Whitley is talking to Millie about the mysterious Darryl Walker, the international studies student who makes his own sushi. And Millie says, I want to meet him. And Millie's like, it's beneath you. Yes, it is. That's why you're going in my place. I think that's so. Geez.
You talk about a sucker. Man. In the words of the two famous characters from Fat Albert, Russell, hey man, you must be a 24-hour lollipop. 24-hour lollipop? Yeah, all day sucker.
I mean, let's face it, Ron and Millie were valets for Dwayne and Ron and Millie were valets for Dwayne and Whitley, respectively. They kind of became that. You know what I mean?
Hashtag Purple Rain. Jerome.
So yeah, Millie has agreed. So yeah, I'm going to go to she's going to go meet Darryl Walker in the lobby or in the library and wait for him. We get back to Gilbert Hall lobby.
Yeah,
and we meet. Knock, 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 and who is at the door? But Mr. Marcus.
Marcus.
Marcus Memepa. He is played by Zeke Moke. Been acting since 1957. He passed in 2009. His big moment, that his big springboard probably was Cry Freedom. And then he was in a lot of other things like Rage Up in Harlem, a lot of things.
Bruh, I remember him. They always had him playing some janky role, bruh. Some janky. It was almost like we gonna find a stereotype and fill that role.
He has kind of been like the evil, I know at once or twice he's played a voodoo priest or something like that, thing like that. I know when he walked in, he said he had that smile on. Hello, Letty. Hello, Letty.
And no, and hey, my man was just trying to find work. But Hollywood, y'all janky. You janky. The way you treated that man.
Oh man.
But that's how they did it back in the 80s. They find a niche for you, and boy, they put you in that role every time.
Now, he hugs her. He's kind of holding on to that hug a little bit too long, and Letty has to back him off because he said he arrives at Gilbert Hall as a surprise to Letty. He was at an economic conference
He made a little comment
DC.
to her too, like, hey, let's. It was something like trying to catch up or hook up with her. I'm like,
no, he didn't say.
It's been 28 years. He didn't say it, but it was some. He was a little too much. For somebody who I haven't seen in 28 years.
Yes, yes, because I'm going to say that later. I was going to say that later. Yeah, he has a kind of it's like,
It seemed you came up on her like it was 6 months when it was actually 28 years.
But it's like, you know what? You know, you come all the way from London. I'm in DC. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I'm here while I slide on down to Hillman and see what's up. I still don't know how he got the number to the Gilbert Hall payphone. That's kind of
not phone book. Not phone book.
No, Gilbert Hall payphone. Do you know the Drew Hall payphone? Come on, there's no.
But remember, they didn't. Everybody obviously except for Whitley had a phone. Like everybody, Whitley was the only one obviously who had a phone.
I get it, but for someone who's been in London for the last 20 years and just happened to be in DC at an economic concert. Hello, lady, I am at an economic conference. I thought I would come down. I'm not doing him justice. He is very opinionated, still is. And Letty gives him the boot, and our favorite 1.7 GPA holding Denise Huxtable overhears it. And Denise, I just want to say, please stop worrying about you. I wanted to hear Letty say, please stop worrying about my love life and go study. Please.
Denise is still trying to be the voice of reason as she flunks all her classes.
But you, like you just, at one point you just kind of hope that there's a kind of a funny recurring thing. Denise, could you go to class? Would you stop by? Would you stop worrying?
We said it last week, bro. She knows she's not coming back. She's like, I'm good.
Dude,
if I could just help, if I could just bring the world together before I leave, I'm good. Because I ain't coming back.
We go to the library. Ron looking for whomever.
Yeah, season 1 Ron.
Looking for Daryl Walker. Who's going? And he happens to sit down next to Millie, and they begin talking, and then they just hit it up,
fiddling away,
and becoming, and
flirt. Season 1 Ron comes out,
and they hit it off.
And one season Millie comes out. You like the way I did that, huh? Season 1 Ron, one season Millie.
I still can't say again, why didn't they just team up? It's like, you know what? Willie treats me bad. Ryan treats me, Dwayne kind of treats me bad too. Why don't we beat that? We beat them down.
And when they bust out, what? Jerome?
Oh, God, yes. We go to WHZU radio. Dwayne is on the radio, still pushing the Daryl Walker facade to, of course, to no success. Dwayne tries to run. I think it's funny that Dwayne tries to run every line on every woman through this whole series, and now all of a sudden he wants to be Mr. Sensitivity now? Like, what got him on this? Like, sensitivity is gonna work. Like, I'm international.
Are you talking about when he was sitting there with singing Smokey Robinson's?
Well, I'm getting to that, but I just understand like this whole thing of Darryl Walker portraying this, pushing forth this sensitive man image when all he does is run lines.
Hey, you know, George Costanza said it best. It's only a lie if you believe it to be so.
And I'm looking at you just like Jerry. Like, what? That is so George Costanza. Dwayne says, wait, Ron comes in, and Dwayne reveals that he found a Valentine's Day in Millie. And he says, well, she's a little nervous for my taste, but I think that's good for you. And I really wanted to say, Ron should have said, you ain't got no woman.
Yeah.
You know what? You ain't got nobody. Who you talking to? Who you talking to, Dwayne?
You out here chasing the same girl who keep telling you that y'all just friends.
Keep telling you, so don't talk on me. And but Dwayne, after Ron has been given the they say, oh, okay, cool, I gotta go see Miller. He bounces out, and as you said, he plays the song "Tracks of My Tears" by Smokey, and he's so sullen and stuff. I'm like, really? But honestly, with the fact that we already have Keith Sweat, I think they should have used "There's a right and the wrong way to love."
I just didn't get how you go from Keith Sweat all the way back to Smokey Robinson.
He's sad. We're sad, and Denise is in the background. Like,
bro, the tracks of My Tears is so old that you can hear the record playing. You hear the record playing when it's on, bro.
You hear the crackle because there's no tape of it.
You could have brought Miles J back.
Hey man, they spent enough money on "I Want Her." I guess they needed something sad. They said, "Look, we need something that we can afford. We can afford tracks of my tears." So they had that. Denise, who is looking solemnly through the window, comes in and says, "Could you do me a favor, Dwayne? Could you send this message from Letty to Marcus?" Why does Denise think that Mr. Mimepa has come all the way for an economic conference to send a message to a woman over college radio? God damn it, I'm going straight to he's already gone straight to the door. I'm like, what is wrong with, Denise, go to class. Denise, go to class.
Denise, how many classes do you really think Denise is going to, bro?
Botany, as we know of, with botany. Then there's geology.
Geology is over because your girl then ran off with David Allen Greer, so they obviously not together. He's obviously not teaching there anymore.
Professor Byron Walcott and Stevie Walcott and their son J.T. Walcott, they've run off.
You know, I specifically wrote this in my notes. This episode is regressing. I wrote that exact sentence. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it was something. I had to watch it a few times. Dwayne is asked Denise. Dwayne had asked Denise what would, like, she had started speaking of a hypothetical guy. What was her? I think what was her? He asked, like, what is your ultimate Valentine? And said something about how he would come to my room at 3 a.m. And he'd wake me up at 3 a.m. And Dwayne said something about, what is he doing in your room at 3 a.m. in the morning?
Denise kind of paused on that 3 a.m. question.
She did. No, she said she was trying to fool him and then said quilting. And you know what I find funny about this whole show being that it is an HBCU. We're in 1987, 88. We are at the point where people have been promoting safe sex. At this point in time, they're promoting safe sex a lot. So this is 1988, and I think the reality of just trying to portray like, oh no, the locked door, the locked doors at midnight. You can't come into the dormitory. Some of the stories that we've already seen. It's amazing. I just like I said, we are literally in the middle of AIDS is a problem at this point, right? It's 88, 87, 88. We're in the Reagan era. Neither here or there. Moving on to the Gilbert lobby. Mr. Marcus comes back to speak to Letty. Hello, Letty. And I find it hilarious that he heard. Why is he listening to college radio? Did he stay overnight in town?
It's Hillman's radio,
It's Hillman's radio. Letty denies sending the message that Denise had sent over the airways via Dwayne to him.
Except she didn't.
That's true. Because she didn't. But Letty's like, I can't marry you, Marcus, and neither can I. I am married.
That's the part where I'm like, wow.
Yeah, wow. Because when he came to meet her initially, he wasn't going to say. He wasn't going to say a thing. Mr. What can I do? I have not fun in 28 years. Letty, maybe we could have some fun. And after, I could tell you, I forgot to tell you, I am married. And I have a daughter, but we named our daughter after you, Letty. I really want to see the conversation between him and his wife when he said,
which was crazy.
Baby, why don't we name our only child after a woman I had
after my former girlfriend.
A woman I had a torrid relationship with, and I asked her to marry me. Let's name our only child after her.
He said that too, like she really agreed. I'm like, come on, bro. Really? She agreed to that? Yeah? Okay.
Oh my God. I can imagine asking that. Hey, let's name my daughter after this girl I was with for 3 years. No? Why do you remember that? I was with her for 3 years. I considered marrying her. But then I said no. And I met you, baby. 2 years later, I met you. I mean, there were some people in between. Not like I asked you to name them after them. That girl was special. Like, who does that? Oh, my God. And that's basically it. It's like we wrap it up. It's like, I'm married. We're happy now.
It's pretty much over.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. Most HBCU thing. I honestly didn't have one because my least HBCU thing kind of just wiped it out. The whole theme of Valentine's Day being a big thing, I just was like, that is the least HBCU thing ever. This whole on-campus type thing, stuff like that. I have a friend and teammate that he purposely every Valentine's Day he would break up with whoever he was with.
That's terrible.
He would purposely. He said, "Hey, breaking up. I don't do that. I don't do Valentine's Day." It's like you do this every going into every Valentine's Day, breaking up. Yep. If I'm with somebody, they have it.
My most HBCU thing was season 1 rhyme, because there's always a season 1 rhyme.
That's an HBCU thing? That's your most HBCU thing? Season 1 rhyme?
There's always a season 1 Ron and Millie somewhere on campus. Ooh. There's always a season 1 Ron and Millie couple somewhere on campus.
You know what?
Always.
Strong J. Strong J. You got it. I get what you say. Marcus, I am wearing any panty. Let me stop. You're right. You're so right about that. There's always on campus. Yes. Hip hop song.
Oh, my least HBCU thing
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
was also season 1 Ron. In general.
Yeah.
Season 1 Ron just in general.
I get that. My hip hop song drop. Passing Me By the Far Side. Since Dwayne was just so sad.
Yeah.
She keeps on passing me by.
That's a good one. Mine was
There she goes again.
last night changed it all. Last night I really had a ball. Kid and Play.
Wow, I have not heard that in a long. I haven't heard that in a minute. Have not
Last
heard
night I was all alone.
Hit and Play. I had no shade for Whitley because Whitley was just on this rampage to try to find Darryl Walker. She just had none. I felt she had none.
I had one.
Really? Tell me.
Still waters run deep.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I did write that down. I did. You're right. I did. I wrote that. I forgot to write that down. It's like she said. I'm glad you remember. Yes. I just saw that last night when I watched it again. I was like, oh my God. She said,
Yeah,
she looked at them too and said, still waters run deep. I was like, boy, you're a nasty piece of work. You're a cold piece of work there. You're cold. The DFM, Denise's funny moment, if you call it that, it was the quilting thing, that moment. I thought that was, I guess that was about it for me. She said the quilting thing. She played Dwayne a little bit, trying to tease him.
Mine was in response to Liddy asking why'd Marcus leave, and she walked off. Denise said, "Oh, 'cause you asked him to."
Ooh, yes. Ooh, that's really. It was more sliding. Oh my God! You know what? We completely forgot the last scene. The rapper. Is it important? I guess it was because that's when Whitley had her shade.
You found out?
Dwayne is in there alone.
They were all laughing at her.
Denise comes and she wants to be his Valentine. I think she's being a tease, but that's just me. But she wants to be his Valentine, and they dance or whatever. And Whitley comes in disappointed because she hasn't found Darryl, and then she finds out everybody knows.
And Maggie was dancing in the back too. Slow
and
dragging.
Maggie was slow dragging with his brother
After talking all about that record and
because the gift that she got from Mike was a record from the jukebox that they first met at, the record that played on the jukebox at the place where they first met. And lo and behold, when she opened it finally after holding it for 48 hours, it was cracked. But the fact of the matter, right as they faded out, I said, hold on, Maggie. Why you slow dragging on this brother right here if you're so in love with Mike? But, I ain't trying to start nothing. I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just saying. My HBC alum is the late, great FAMU Rattler, Olympic gold track medal star, and Dallas Cowboy Bob Hayes, running back Bob Hayes. He plays Mr. Beamer Calhoun, the general manager of the radio station, WHCU, who is periodically coming by and telling Dwayne, Wayne, don't be doing that stupid stuff on the air.
My HBCU grad is
let me
HU alum. Debbie Allen. Playing the ongoing role as Liddy's friend who tells her that crazy little man is still chasing you and he was married? Ah! Like Marshall Lynch did
to Pete Carroll. Oh my God, it was great. That was great. Hey, before we go any further, I'd like to remind you that the Blacklog is sponsored by Fade to Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life, but put life into your loved one's death. Fade to Black Funeral Home with T-shirt printing, tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to Black. Next episode, the show must go on. Episode 16, written by Gary Donzing and Stephen Peterman.
I actually renamed that episode too.
Really?
5 steps forward, 3 steps backwards.
Wow. You're being rough. These gentlemen, Gary Donzing and Stephen Peterman, they would go on to write for Murphy Brown and Suddenly Susan. They have a pretty storied career as far as writers. The storyline is
definitely not a different world though.
I think this is their first and last.
Yeah.
Storyline. The gang is putting on, because I love saying the gang is putting on a play, Maggie's play to be exact. Both Denise and Whitley are attracted to the lead actor, Rick, played by Kenneth Ransom. We open in the auditorium. Auditions for Maggie's play are taking place. Denise and Whitley have been cast as Eve Girl and Adult Eve, and they'll be playing against a gentleman who will be playing the role of Adam. Maggie has written a 4-hour opus, which has to be cut down. From what I gather, Jaleesa is directing. Letty is the faculty advisor. I really want to ask, Letty, what we got going on here? There are 3 things that I have to say before I talk more about this scene. Letty has got so many jobs. The dorm director. She's the faculty advisor. She's the therapist. She's got a lot of things going on.
I mean, we should be used to it. Jaleesa has 10,000 jobs. Why not Letty?
That's true. Rick Evans isn't a good actor. That's the character, Rick Evans. I shouldn't go for. You know what? I shouldn't jump forward. Like I say, we're in the middle of this. Ron has just auditioned.
Let's just say he wasn't good this episode.
Okay. Who? Ron or Rick Evans?
Rick Evans.
Who?
Ron Evans.
Oh, okay. Yes, let's say that because the man had a career. Ron has auditioned horribly. As has Dwayne, from the comments we gathered from Letty and others. Like I said, I gather that Jaleesa is directing with her 26-year-old self. I really think she needs to be working on her business degree too, instead of just trying to have all these kind of activities she's doing. We have expressed that Dwayne and Ron are going to work out, and Maggie expresses that Rick Evans is the man that she when she wrote this play, this was the person that she had in mind for this the lead role. And Letty's like, look, if he don't show up, he ain't gonna get a shot. And he does show up, and he comes in like his name is Denzel a little bit. Like he's kind of full of himself.
He took over.
All the ladies are caught up in him. I don't know if it's for his looks or his talent, or as the kids say, for his Riz. Riz. Short.
The light eyes got him. The light eyes got him.
The light eyes got him. Letty tells Maggie she has to please cut this 4-hour play down. Jaleesa is the only one who is not feeling Rick. She's clearly like, I'm not feeling Rick. Because there's a moment when he's ready to do his thing, and he takes off his shirt to reveal a white t-shirt, a white tank top, and she looks at him like, seriously, bro? like seriously? She looks at him like, seriously? Do you think he's something? Again, Letty is getting her degree, I guess, because she's the dorm director, faculty advisor, professor. She just does it all. And like I say, Denise and Whitley, even Millie, all are caught up in Rick Evans. We move on to the pit. Dwayne and Ron are disappointed in not.
I will say the writers did do the pit justice. They made it normal.
It was normal. Yes, it was. Dwayne and Ron are disappointed in not getting roles, but they still want to be involved with the play. Jaleesa offers them to be set designers and gives them $35 and said, make it work. And they're like, okay, we're going to go for that. I'm going to say ahead, the funniest moment in the whole show was when Ron said, does that mean we have to read the whole play? That was the funniest moment in the episode. Does that mean we have to read the whole play? The way he said it. It was if you want to talk Ron season 2 to 6, he had it in him when he said that. I was like, the whole play. Whitley enters and she shares with Millie how Rick relived in an acting exercise. He relived losing a teddy bear and cried. And she relived the electricity going out in her dollhouse and she cried. And I wanted to tell both of them, like, what kind of lie? Like, what's going on with you two? You crying over a teddy bear, but really, Whitley, the electricity went out in the dollhouse. I never known people to have a dollhouse with electricity in it. Have you?
Whitley lost the power in her dollhouse.
And she cried. I was like, okay. Rick enters. I gotta say this. Rick enters wearing a Chess King special. Dude, those leather pants. Chess King used to be a store in the mall. Like
the Plaza?
Yeah, the Plaza, bro. It used to be in the Plaza.
The Plaza is in New Orleans for y'all who don't know.
But it's not just Chess King. Wasn't just
It wasn't local.
No, it wasn't local. It was a kind of regional thing, but it was this place where you got the top of the line styles of stuff that was not stylish. Like you had knockoff of the members only, the first members only jackets.
Oh, you got like instead of the Jordans, you got the Jacksons.
Yes, they were kind of like that. I remember Mom got me a jacket from that because it wasn't members only, but it had those little straps on it. Like it's like
yeah,
it wasn't the members only. It was a mumbers. It was a mumbers. But Chess King was like they would have probably had knockoff Thriller jackets and stuff like that. So yeah, it was. But it was. He came in there. I was like, wow, you're wearing the best that Chess King has to offer. Rick, let me stop. Rick he flirts with Denise. Whitley comes in blocking like her name is Nate Newton. She pulling guard right here.
Hey man, this show right here, Whitley's hate power versus Dwayne's hate power, they were on display.
We go back to the auditorium. They're rehearsing. Rick is flirting hard with Whitley. Jaleesa, they're about to rehearse. Jaleesa wants Whitley just wants to stay all up on Rick. But Jaleesa separates them. Whitley makes a smart remark, and Letty tells Whitley to stay on script. She does, but Whitley gives Letty a look I felt that was worthy of a serious beatdown. Because she delivered the line, and then she looked at her like, see? And I was like, well, dang. I said, gee, Whitley.
Is that when Whitley? Oh no, she was talking to Denise. My bad.
But they were rehearsing. Rick and Whitley were on stage, and Jaleesa had them separate, and it's like
I got it wrong. I was thinking about Denise.
Okay. Denise, after she rehearses, Whitley steps off. Come on, they bring Denise on. Denise is brought on, and I don't know if you noticed this, but I did, and I don't know why. Denise begins rehearsing with Rick. She's barefoot on that filthy ass auditorium stage. Like that stage looks so old, like Grandpa Huxtable probably performed.
She was barefoot. I had to think about it for a second, but yeah, she was barefoot.
It was filthy. Like Grandpa Huxtable probably performed Julius Caesar in that auditorium. That's how old that place is. And I was like, why do you not have shoes on, Denise? I have questions. Out of nowhere, Denise and Rick are having a quote unquote intimate moment within the play, and suddenly Ron and Dwayne come in with set decorating ideas. I got to admit, kind of felt Ronish. Kind of felt Ron. Ron was kind.
I wasn't feeling all that. It was for me. Season 1 Ron was back 100%.
Dude, when he was saying $3, $4, I thought that was funny. Man. Why you gotta give me the Chief Wickham thing, bro? Because you said nothing. He said nothing, dude. It's just like this guy just faded off. Like, well, what is that? Again, they reject him. They reject the ideas. We go back to the pit. Denise is enthralled with Rick. Jaleesa lets Denise know that they see, because Denise is talking about Whitley is just all over Rick. It's like, yeah. Jaleesa's like, yeah, she ain't the only one. What you mean? You. You know, and he's like, we ain't stupid. We see you. We see both of y'all.
That's when they was about to get in that fight.
Yeah, they were. Whitley is aside talking to Millie, talking how Rick wants her. Like they all are misguided. They all are misguided. Very. And let me state, this 4-hour play that has yet to be cut down is going up in 3 days. There's no set, and it's 3 hours. It's only 3 hours long.
Dwayne and Ron taking care of it with what? $35.
With $35. Go back to the auditorium. Ron and Dwayne present their set. As Letty states, it's cheap and it's deep. I thought that was it's cheap and it's deep. I like it. It works. It said the tree, the sun, it's cheap and it's deep. Letty wants to kick rehearsal off. Whitley and Denise are rehearsing, and clear there's nothing but neck-rolling attitude between the both of them. They are at odds. Out of nowhere, a bouquet of flowers is delivered to the stage, and they both think it's for them. It is actually for Rick. Rick Evans.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him. And as we find out, as Letty lets them know, yeah, it's from his girlfriend Sarah at Georgetown. See, my thing is, Letty, why did you let them? You knew this. Why did you sit on this information, Letty?
Letty likes that, man. Letty likes that.
Letty, you're not trying right now. You're really not.
Letty believes in letting people find out on their own.
You need to be the faculty. You need to be the faculty advisor that you are.
No, she doesn't.
You're so this whole let them figure it out type thing. Sometimes the children need guidance. Sometimes
children. Hey. Speaking of, look, Whitley and Denise about to get into a fight. You know, we both know a person. She was in one of my classes, TV production. I'll never forget that. That made my spring '95 because that was the year. That was the time when I crossed. But during class one day, I don't remember what they were arguing about at TV production class. And all I know is,
excuse me, sorry about that.
Yeah, all I know is that girl got mollywopped all throughout class. And I remember
in the class.
Oh yeah, in the studio. We were in the TV studio, TV production class. I remember the professor kind of looking at it for a while, and I'm looking at him like, "What you gonna do, bro?" And then eventually he walks over like, "Hey, y'all gotta break it up." I'm like, "You got to do more than that, bro. You got to do more than that. She putting a whipping on her, bro."
They don't pay me that much. That's what your professor said. They don't pay me that much.
Yeah.
They don't pay, they don't pay me for that. They don't pay me for that. My name ain't Mills Lane around here. I ain't paying for this. What was the professor's name?
I can't remember. You know what? I truly cannot remember his name.
Oh wow. Mr.
He and I really didn't see eye to eye.
I wanted to hear her say something like, Mr. Jenkins, she talking about my mama.
I honestly can't remember his name.
Wow. Professor, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's what he, Professor, I don't care. I don't care. The ladies have discovered that Rick has a woman. Dun dun dun. All because of Letty who let it drag out. We go to the night of the play. They are changing the words of the play. Like, they're just not caring. They're destroying the play.
They upset, bro.
Letty is sitting there not caring. And
Letty was sitting up there. She was like, oh. And she was just like, hey, oh. And I guess this is what we're going to do. Okay.
I mean, I think this is the first time I ever have to agree with you with that whole concept of 80s television. Like, are y'all seriously going to just
Lenny was like, okay, that's how we're gonna do it. Okay.
And I mean,
I truly think that a real Letty would have done the exact same thing.
Man,
80s, 90s, or 2000s.
I was like, it was just bizarre. It's like, we don't care about the words, all this stage and all.
Maggie was hilarious because Maggie was just like, no. She was like, she was like Darth Vader when he realized.
Man, she didn't look. They cut to Maggie to the. No, she didn't.
They cut to Maggie at one point in time, and I remember Jaleesa grabbed onto her because she was like, no.
Oh, oh God, I
remember. You gotta look back.
I saw her straight at the end when they were clapping for her, and they brought her on stage. She just was looking like.
What was the girl name? What was Darth Vader's girlfriend name? Padme?
Yeah.
Was it Padme? Yeah. It was like Darth Vader. He's like, do you know where Padme is? Did she? He's like, oh, she didn't make it. No. And Emperor, man. Hey man, I'm starting to like the Emperor more and more, bro. When I really look back, he was like, "Oh, she didn't quite make it," and he was smiling in the back, bro. While Darth Vader just up against this thing, just like he just hooked up to it.
Wow.
That's a digression.
It was a digression, but an entertaining one. Like I say, they changed the words. It really made no sense. I mean, I guess it's like, it's a comical.
Actually held Whitley back.
They got even. It was a comical farce. Yeah, it was. So I gotta say, my HBCU thing is a brother trying to balance two women. Rick was trying to play two women. That was an HBCU thing.
Mine was non-applicable.
Wow. My least HBCU thing, a random ass play put on by non-theater majors. That made no sense to me.
My least HBCU thing was episode 16.
Say it though. Episode. He said episode.
Hey, and you can start from the credits all the way to Carson Werner Productions. Ain't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do all the way to the end. From left to right. Do it. Go for it.
Oh my God. My HBCU, my hip hop song drop. Can you feel it? By the Fat Boys. Dude. Can you feel it? I just felt that, they were all into this whole acting thing about feeling, like getting into their characters and stuff like that. And it made me think about, can you feel it? And I was like, I listened to that the other day. I said, man, that was that was hitting and sticking right there. The Fat Boys had their moment in time. You a hip hop drop?
I actually, I was about to do. I had originally chosen the Gas Face, but then I decided against it, and I went radio, TV, and even the press. It was the meaning of VAPORS.
Wait, who is that? Wait, I know this.
Biz Marquee, the Vapors.
Oh God, the Vapor. Oh wow, nice. Yes. Oh wow. Strong J, the Vapors. Wow. I had, and I truly enjoyed this. Whitley Shea, Denise said we were just talking about acting. Ooh, I'm sure you had a lot of questions. I said, like, I had to rewind that. I was like, oh, that's so cool. She said that. He said, what were you and Rick doing? We were just talking about acting. Oh, I'm sure you had a lot of questions. I was like, wow, Whitley.
I had a couple. I don't think you're gonna get better than they already are.
Oh.
And this wasn't shade, but for some reason, I just took this quote down. I feel like you opened the drapes on my soul. I was like, well, that's a very strange statement.
Oh God, Whitley, she definitely, her character had an eloquent way of putting things. I had to say, I found shade for Letty. Dwayne said, "Hey, you want me to try out again?" Thank you, Dwayne. But 4 attempts is enough to access your talent.
Oh, I had Lady Shade too. Oh, Denise, I've never seen you throw yourself with such zeal. Which actually brought me to Denise's funny moment, which was the look on her face when Lady told her that. I mean, she looked like, I can't believe you said that to me.
With such zeal. I had no DFM, but I tell you, my HBC alum, as a guest star, and in what role? Record executive, original American Idol judge, and Southern University alumnus, Randy Jackson.
I didn't know you went to Southern.
Yes.
Wow.
Every year he's like a junior now, but every year he goes out for the play and he can't act because he always has this street affectation when he auditions. He auditioned for Julius Caesar. Et tu, Brute, et tu, dog. He did a soldier's play.
What's up, dog?
He had soldier's play. Black race can't afford you no more, dog. And my favorite, Glenn, he tried to audition for Glenn Gary. He tried to audition for Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross. Coffees for closers, dog. Coffees for closers, dog. Every year, every year he tries out and he just can't.
The one that's got me is Black race can't afford you no more, dog.
Every year he tries out for the play, bro, and he just can't.
Oh man.
Here's Myron. Myron, he gonna try out again. You know he can't work out. It's like can't afford you, dog.
That dude said, Black race can't afford you no more, dog. Can't afford you no more. Oh man. That's all right. That is all right with me.
Who is your HBC alum? Oh my God, I know where this is going.
Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen is standing next to Maggie and Jaleesa during the show. At some point, when she says,
"Why is that image of this funny already to me?"
Honey, this show is over. You better go get those. You better go get those girls off stage before they go to jail.
Oh my God. You need to. I know that shot. It's a 3-shot, and you cut to them on the side, and she just standing there with.
Honey, this show is over. You better go get those girls off stage before they go to jail.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. This is let's wind it up. This has been great. This is that's
You know one more funny part that was kind of underrated funny part. Ron, at whatever point that was in the show, saying those prices of everything. He was like,
I told you that. You told me that wasn't funny. I told you that was funny, bro. See that?
you know what? My bad. I wasn't thinking about it.
$4.
Yeah,
Like
I wasn't thinking about it. My bad.
I told you that was funny.
My bad.
Oh my God. Oh man.
I think I was looking at it on my phone and I really didn't catch everything you said because I was trying to make sure I caught whatever it was I was supposed to whatever I wanted to share. My bad. That's me. That's on me.
I'm tearing up. I'm crying.
Good show today, dog.
Good day, dog. Hey, show today, dog. Oh my. Be coming out for the play every year.
Why his name gotta be Myron?
I don't know, bro, but they just sit there when he walk in. It's like, here come Myron. You know he gonna do. You know what he's gonna do. Who gonna let him down? You, girl. You gonna let him down. Hey, this has been another great one. To the audience, we thank you for tuning in. We are on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify.
Yeah, please, if you go to YouTube, please click like. Also, if you go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. And if you don't like the show, give us a 5-star rating anyway, and we'll make sure to do better next time.
We'll work harder. We'll work harder for you. Yes. From the Blacklog, it's been another good one. My name is Rod.
I'm Ryan, dog.
Oh my God. We thank you all for coming, tuning in, and we'll see you next week. All right? Peace.